Hello, people. This is Lounge Styles, and this is a panel discussion. Today I'm being joined by
Cassandra,
Relmores,
and Vesper the Snake.
Cassandra. Sounds very, very happy, doesn't she?
That's a bit too happy.
Tone down the happiness, woman. Tone it down, damn you. All right.
Turn the happiness on your face down.
Today, in this panel discussion, we are going to talk about animated cartoons from the 90s and now. Now, back in the 90s, I like to call these the animation renaissance of the 90s, because back then there were cartoons that were very well written, very well designed, and unlike most cartoons of today, they didn't make little kids feel like they were retarded. They actually taught kids something with being entertaining all at the same time. For some good examples, Vesper, can you think of any?
Well, there's one that I like. There's this one called Rugrats. They did have some life lessons, into it, even though all the main characters, well, not all of them, the main characters were little babies.
Exactly. It was an entertaining show, and it taught you something.
I didn't like Rugrats.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I didn't.
Because it was about little babies, and you're a baby hater? Why you a baby hater, damn it?
It's okay. I don't like babies either. I get the feeling I'd chuck them out the window if I would ever have them.
You heartless bastard. Moving on.
Thank you.
Clearly something's wrong with me because I don't have any maternal instinct.
I'm surprised you have a uterus. Anyway.
So, anyway.
That's fucking with you.
What kind of stuff was there in the 90s?
Well, I mean, Rugrats was one of those shows that taught you something, and I know a lot of people go, what the fuck did Rugrats teach you? Well, it taught you a lot, damn it. I just can't think of anything.
It taught you that babies talk behind your back.
Yes, talked around behind your back, and they had a very deep meaning in their own way, and they also taught you that imagination was something special to have as a little kid.
Yeah, I get the feel if I were to have a baby and that same law applies, I would have turned my back. He was like, God, he's a fucking horrible parent.
This is what I had to say. In my honest opinion, I think it taught, a lot of the kids, back then to be good parents, instead of the parents that we have now. I'm looking at the lady that had a problem with the cheeseburger at, Burger King. Talk about her kids hungry. The one that T4 did.
Rugrats was one of those shows. Another show that actually taught you something, was entertaining, was Animaniacs, but it was entertaining for so many other reasons. Animaniacs is and now the most popular cartoon ever made. You cannot go 1 minute when talking about cartoons of yesteryear without having to bring up Animaniacs, because it's that loved.
And it was made by one of the most ingenious minds in the entire universe, Steven Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg, back in the days in the 90s, made 3 different animated cartoons that were successful, but Animaniacs, for some reason, just got more hype. He made Freakazoid, he made Tiny Toons Adventures, and he made Animaniacs.
And he did make a spin-off from Animaniacs, Pinky and the Brain.
Oh yeah, and Pinky and the Brain, let's not forget that.
I'm actually pretty pissed now that my dad was like, no, you are not going to watch Animaniacs.
That heartless man.
Yes, and the reason why Cassandra said that, if it's not obvious, Animaniacs, even though it was a kid's cartoon, it had a lot of under-the-radar adult humor to it. Seriously, if you was a 7-year-old kid watching the Animaniacs, half of the jokes you would never get until you were old enough to understand, and you'd be like, as a little kid, you're like, I don't know what they said, but this is funny. But when you grow older, you're like, holy shit, what the hell did they get away with?
Actually, I think it was because my dad didn't want me to waste my time watching TV or something.
Yeah, like thumbprints. No, fingerprints. I don't think so.
I found prints! No, fingerprints!
The sad thing is, I didn't get that joke until now. I'm just a retard.
I got it when I was 13 years old.
Did you laugh?
Same here.
I went on the floor laughing I busted a gut. I could not stop. I was laughing so hard I was crying. I was like, why did I not get this when I was a little kid?
Like, I am
Same
Ludwig
thing
von
for me. I was
Beethoven,
like,
the
oh
world's
my
greatest
god.
composer and pianist. You know what? Pianist. Mwah! Good night, everybody.
Oh yeah, that was one of the running gags of the Animaniacs. You had Yakko, Wacko, and Dot. Yakko was the oldest, so whenever there was something that was a little off or sounded a little too adult-like, he would always calmly go, "Good night, everybody."
Let's get the fuck out of here before things get more risque.
Yeah.
It was more like, let's get the fuck out of here before the Fox censors realize what we just did.
Or I like the little reference they made to the Fox censors in this one episode. It's like, get away, you pets, and give me the bird. We'd love to, really, but the Fox censors won't allow it.
Yep, that was one of the biggest moments ever. Like one of the big moments there. We just got anybody. Can you think of a show back in the 90s that you liked that was entertaining?
Ren and Stimpy.
Yes.
Ren and Stimpy. Oh.
I still watch it to this day.
Ren and Stimpy was batshit insane. Even for little kids standards, that was... Ren and Stimpy is the only show
that made no goddamn sense, but yet it was entertaining.
Even for adult standards, it was batshit crazy. In fact,
I never watched it.
The adult party version that they had on Spike. Oh my god.
Which in my mind, I have to say was unnecessary.
True. I do agree there.
The adult party version of Ren and Stimpy was completely unnecessary, not needed, and it was overall stupid because it's like, cause to me it was like this, great, you're stating the obvious here. Like, we know Ren and Stimpy are a gay couple, come on. Right? But,
It's because it shows like Ren and Stimpy, like it inspired like a whole bunch of other cartoons on like Nickelodeon. Like we had things like the Angry Beavers and stuff like that.
I think the only show that can actually say was an influence of Ren and Stimpy was Invader Zim. But...
Oh yes, that show was nuts.
I wish I was able to see it. I keep hearing people say that it was awesome, and I'm like, God damn it, I need to see it.
Invader Zim was
the third and final season of it. They said in the final season, Dib would have either let the humans die or save them.
I vote for let the humans die since everybody treated Dib like crap, but hey, that's just me.
I do agree with you over there because, hell, Dib do all this shit for them, and yet they just push him aside. I would be like, alright then, you want to die? Like, see ya.
But Gaz is the smartest one in the entire series because she's like, Dib's an idiot. I know Zim's an alien, but he's too stupid to try to rule planet Earth, so... But yeah, like I was trying to say, Invader Zim is the only show that I could think of that's actually parodied or loosely based on the styling in the way of Ren and Stimpy, except more toned down and less batshit insane. I mean, Ren and Stimpy was that show that made you go, okay, you have to be extremely high to fucking love this show. Seriously.
That's why I liked it.
Seriously, it was one of those shows that they could go, okay, is my friend fucking high? Why is he laughing at this shit? There's nothing funny about this. Invader Zim was kind of like that, but not in particular. In fact, I think it stopped because the creator of Invader Zim had a little graphic comic out called Johnny the Homicidal Maniac.
Jonan Vasquez.
Jonan Vasquez... Oh my god. Jonan Vasquez has a very interesting imagination. And if you ever seen Johnny the Homicidal Maniac or any of his comics, you'll know what I mean by that.
Oh yeah. But I read somewhere the real downfall of Invader Zim was because of this artwork called Bloody Gur. I think it was something like that.
Yeah, Johan Vasquez had Johan Vasquez had a very morbid, warped sense of imagination. Very interesting how he created some of these characters,
Anyway, I just thought of another really good cartoon I still remember and laugh my ass off to today, Johnny Bravo.
Oh god, Johnny Bravo. Johnny Bravo was a cartoon short that got turned
into
a series. And it was pretty interesting, and it was entertaining.
Yep, a hunk that can't get a chick.
I was about to say the same thing. He really wants some real bad.
Yep.
Honestly, I wanted to punch him every time I saw him. I just wanted to go, shut the fuck up and give it up.
I think the point we're trying to make with all this is that back then in the 90s, you had all these great cartoons that just had that were entertaining, made everybody laugh, had a message to it while still holding the idea of being entertaining.
Hey Arnold was another one.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Hey Arnold had those moments of going from friendly and childlike to taking a 180 turn and becoming dark and serious.
Well, it had like realistic elements. I mean, you had characters that had fucked up families, like Helga, for example. I mean, her parents kept going, "Oh my God, Olga, you're just so fucking amazing." And Helga's like, I'm right here. Hello.
I mean, yes. In fact, Helga's problems. I mean, it's like every dark element that happened in this series, it either came from Arnold trying to find out who his parents are or something very serious about it, or it came from Helga every time you had to delve into her family because she had a boorish and neglectful father and a drunk mother.
Oh, they said that she like went off to get smoothies or whatever, but you knew she was drunk.
Yeah, they would like offhandedly mention her drunkenness by saying smoothie. When you're a kid, you didn't realize what that meant, but once you kind of got older and you could see her characteristics, it was like, yeah, those aren't smoothies. She's drinking.
She's making fucking margaritas back there.
I like to drink those kind of smoothies.
I mean, you can hear it because she slurs.
Either that or Black Cove.
Black what?
Black Cove.
Ah.
But yeah, I mean, the character Helga had so much development in it that she was going to get her own spin-off series.
The Patakis.
Yes, the Patakis. But that got canceled.
Oh.
Because Nickelodeon felt it was too dark. And then they thought it was too dark for the viewers, and
they clearly thought that kids were fucking morons.
Yeah, around the time that the Pataskis were going to be thought about made, it was around 2003.
Yeah, that's when the censors decided to be dicks.
Yeah, I think around the late 2000 and present, I think that's when that's when people started to go, oh, we need to uptight the censorship a little bit more and be what's reasonable for kids. And
that's how we end up with shows like Chowder.
Chowder's okay to a point, but
yeah, I'm like, okay, it wasn't that bad. If you want bad, what about Flapjack?
Flapjack tried too hard.
Yeah, it was.
And there were so many undermining gay references. It's not even funny.
Oh, what about the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy?
Oh God, I loved that show.
Yeah, and I'm about to say that was a really good show.
Yeah, I did think like there were some points where they were just trying too hard, like trying so desperately hard, to, like make as many fart jokes as they could,
or make Billy an insane dumbass, or it was just something that was like it was like it's like Pirates of the Caribbean. It's like one episode you go, yay! Like you would go, yay for Jack Sparrow, but then if you see Will, you'd be like, That's how the episodes were. Sometimes you go, yay, this is kind of funny, I like it, and then there's just something that's like, meh, why?
Or how about one show that I really cannot stand, Kid vs. Kat?
Okay, Kid vs. Kat. Jesus.
Never heard of that show.
It's about a bunch of kids who find this stray cat. They take it in because the little girl wouldn't shut up unless they did. But it turns out the stray cat is actually an alien from another planet.
The fuck?
Think of it as the Tom and Jerry. Think of it as the Tom and Jerry ripoff, but only Jerry is replaced by a little kid, and they always fight a lot, and it sucks badly.
And it's honestly pointless 3.5 minute random insanity filler that people think that the people that make this show and approve it, think it's going to be funny and fit for little kids, but no, it's not. It just makes kids stupid, and because of the heavy censorship involved in it, it makes the show uninteresting. The only shows now that can actually get away with certain things are shows for the adult variety or teens, which is The Simpsons or Family Guy or
American
South Park
Dad.
or American Dad or any show that Seth MacFarlane created by ripping off The Simpsons or King of the Hill.
Oh, what about Adventure Time?
Okay, Adventure Time. Okay, Adventure Time. I actually like Adventure Time.
Yeah, same here.
I never got into it. I just
Never heard
thought
of
that
it.
It was nothing I could really get into.
Adventure Time was one of those shows back then that was because Cartoon Network had this thing called Cartoon Institution or something, where they would show shorts made by people all over the world and have people decide on the show that was going to be made or something. Regular Show got a series because of that, and I kind of like Regular Show.
Yes,
yeah,
regular
they're
show
a
is
show
awesome.
that were able to get away with some innuendos, but they had to hide it a little bit in order to get away with it.
Yeah, and Adventure Time is kind of the same way. I mean, I think I like Adventure Time because they kind of try what the Animaniacs did and try to do some below the radar stuff.
Yeah.
Without knowing it. And there are some pop culture references in Adventure Time that I find interesting.
You know
Like the
what?
T-Pain
You
one?
know what show that I like?
Yep.
Well, two shows actually. The Fairly Odd Parents and Danny Phantom. Those are two kids shows that I like.
Yes, Danny Phantom was one of my favorite ones.
And what is that other show that that guy made? I forgot his name, but I used to
Butch
remember it.
Hartman?
Yes, yeah. Isn't he like making another show on Nickelodeon too?
There's no telling how many series Butch Hartman has
Wait,
made.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Is
the one
it
with
with a dog?
Yes.
Yep,
Tough
tough
Puppy.
puppy.
I'm kind of meh when it comes to Tough Puppy. Cause sometimes I do like some of the stuff they do, but it's like, I'm not that interested in episodes. And plus, there's not even new episodes out, it's just reruns.
I mean, it's kind of like the same thing with like SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah, and I know it's like this whole entire series is about how cartoons back then were actually really good and how cartoons now just don't even try anymore and kind of meh. But there are some few cartoons out there now that are actually pretty decent. Let's get to a show that I think everybody knows. Let's get to South Park.
Yes.
Okay, South Park.
I like South Park.
Here's the thing I got with South Park. Back then, I liked it. Like, I actually did like it, and it was okay. But season after season after season, it's like they're being controversial and fucked up for the sake of being controversial and fucked up. And sometimes it just goes too far and it loses the meaning. And plus, let me just say that Matt and Trey Parker are a bunch of hypocrites in their writing.
Mm.
Because they contradict themselves one episode and then 20 episodes later they change their minds about shit. Like they did an episode about how global warming exists.
Yeah.
And how it's like they did an episode about global warming and how it didn't exist or something like that, right? And how the kids were like, global warming exists and such and such and such.
Yeah.
I think I remember that. And then there was another one about global warming that Brandy was supposed to save it because of all that spontaneous combustion crap. Or is that the one you're talking about? I can't really remember it.
Yeah, but there was two different episodes that was about global warming that contradicted their message.
It's also like certain things. Like I also have a problem with South Park. It relies too much on like stereotypes. Oh, and of course, let's not forget all the Jew jokes.
Oh yes, the Jew jokes.
Yeah.
Yes, let's go on the Jew jokes because the show wouldn't be interesting and Cartman wouldn't be an interesting character if he didn't do Jew jokes or racist jokes in particular.
Oh,
And
Danny's on.
don't forget about the broke guy. Don't forget about the broke kid, Kenny.
Oh yeah, let's make a lot of poor jokes about Kenny.
He was like one of the only few run-on jokes that I actually liked. Cause, it's like, oh my god, they killed Kenny, you bastard!
But like I said, I kind of like South Park, but it's meh, but I don't like it because it's like every season they get more and more controversial for the sake of being controversial. They try too hard to be edgy without actually being funny.
That's why I'm not really watching that much no more.
And I could say the same thing for Family Guy.
Oh God.
Family Guy is the only show I know where the characters developed in the worst way imaginable.
Oh yeah.
Brian used to be a smart, quick-witted doll. Now he's just the furry version of Seth MacFarlane.
Yep.
And not only that, it's like they have to constantly use references all the time.
That's another thing. They rely too much on flashback jokes because they don't have anything else material worthy to bring up.
I guess I'm just easy to entertain.
Or they'll just like bring up some kind of pop culture reference that not many people would probably get.
If you actually have the patience and the searching skills, go for the 2000s. It's just 50% for me.
Or if you're like a Sandra and you're just entertained by all simple things, go ahead and watch all the stuff that, a lot of people else don't like.
I can watch cat videos all day. I'm easy to entertain.
Wow, then we should show you some Daria. Daria's not that bad of a show, but I'm just saying. So, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this panel discussion. Yes, I know it was random as all get out, and we kind of got off topic a few times, but hey, it's a lolsy panel discussion, and it's off scripted because we're edgy like that. Woo! Woo!
Plus, we couldn't be bothered to write a goddamn script for like 4 or 5 people.
I improv stuff. I do things off the top of my head. I don't write scripts, so I'm sorry if it was unscripted.
And you do a damn good job at it. I can't do shit without a script.
So does that mean when you have to go to the bathroom and take a shit, you need a script to do that?
Har har, real funny.
Sweet, I'm not the only one.
That was funny. Okay, guys, I think that's it for me. I'm Loudon Styles.
I'm Cassandra Elf.
I'm Realmors.
And I'm Vesper the Snake.
And we all say good day. Ah!
Oh,
we say good